In the vast kinetic filmography of Jackie Chan, one film stands apart, not as a monument to his physical genius, but as a quiet, haunting ghost. Crime Story is a film that feels less like a star vehicle and more like a crime scene, its own making a mystery layered atop its narrative. Released in 1993, the film arrived at the peak of Chan's global stardom, yet it deliberately subverts every expectation. Directed by Kirk Wong, it is a grim, procedural thriller based on the real-life kidnapping of a Hong Kong tycoon. This foundation in reality immediately grounds the film in a different soil than the fantastical Police Story or Armor of God series. The production itself is a story of creative tension and tragic circumstance. Jackie Chan, seeking dramatic legitimacy, actively pursued a darker role. The film's producer, Leonard Ho, secured the rights to the sensational kidnapping case, aiming for a gritty, credible tone. This intent is palpable in every frame, from the muted color palette to the absence of Chan's trademark comic as sides. A crucial piece of trivia that shadows the film. During production, a stunt went catastrophically wrong. While filming a scene where Chan's character, Inspector Eddie Chan, is dragged behind a speeding car, the actor was seriously injured. This wasn't a planned stunt for the cameras. It was an accident that nearly ended his career. The real pain and fear in that sequence are not performances. This accident bleeds into the film's texture. The action, when it comes, is brutal, clumsy, and desperate. It lacks the balletic precision of Chan's other work. Punches land with a sickening thud. Car chases are chaotic and destructive. The film seems to argue that real violence is not choreographed. It is ugly, sudden, and leaves scars. This leads us to the film's core thematic exploration: the corruption of identity. Inspector Eddie Chan is a dedicated policeman, but the case consumes him. He is forced to negotiate with criminals, to inhabit moral gray zones, and to use methods that mirror those of the kidnappers he pursues. The crime in the title refers not just to the kidnapping, but to what the investigation does to the investigator. The villain, played with chilling calm by Kent Cheng, is not a flamboyant mastermind, but a cold, logistical professional. His evil is bureaucratic. He represents a dark mirror to Chan's character. Both are men defined by a single, all-consuming task. The line between cop and criminal blurs not through malice, but through obsessive proximity. Kirk Wong's direction emphasizes claustrophobia and surveillance. The camera often feels like a third-party observer, peering through windows or watching from a middle distance. Hong Kong is not the vibrant playground of Chan's other films. It is a network of sterile offices, anonymous safe houses, and rain-slicked streets at night, a maze with no exit. The film's most powerful theme is the fragility of the systems we trust. The police force is shown as beleaguered and politically pressured. The wealthy tycoon is utterly vulnerable. The media is a chaotic, sensationalist frenzy. Crime Story presents a world where the social contract has frayed, where safety is an illusion maintained by luck and relentless, thankless work. Jackie Chan's performance is key to selling this bleak vision. He strips away his charismatic persona. His Eddie Chan is weary, frustrated, and often afraid. The famous smile is replaced by a permanent frown of concentration and dread. It is a performance of suppression, where the star's natural energy is forced inward, creating a vessel of tense, simmering anxiety. The climax is telling. It does not culminate in a glorious acrobatic showdown. Instead, it's a tense, protracted standoff in a confined space, resolved through negotiation and a shocking, abrupt act of violence. There is no victory dance, only exhaustion and hollow relief. The cost is counted not in villains defeated, but in pieces of the self that cannot be reclaimed. So why does Crime Story feel like a ghost? It exists in the interstice between two Jackies, the global action comedy superstar and the serious dramatic actor he occasionally longed to be. The film proved he could deliver that performance, but its commercial reception and the shadow of his injury made it a road not fully taken. It also haunts the genre itself. In an era of heroic bloodshed and stylized gunplay, Crime Story is a sober, almost clinical antidote. It suggests that the true crime story is not about the spectacle of the act, but about the slow, corrosive aftermath, the paperwork, the trauma, the moral calculus that never quite balances. The film's conclusion offers no easy catharsis. The case is closed, but the protagonist is left altered, staring into a future that his experience has rendered alien. The final shot is not of a hero, but of a man alone with the knowledge of how thin the veneer of order truly is. In the end, Crime Story is a profound and unsettling work precisely because it denies us the comforts of its genre. It is a police procedural that questions the procedure, an action film that critiques action, a Jackie Chan movie that hides its star. It stands as a stark, masterful reminder that sometimes the most compelling stories are not about how we fight the darkness, but about what we must become to do so. It is less a film to be celebrated for its triumphs and to be studied for its honest, uncompromising gaze into the abyss of its own premise. A ghost, by definition, is a presence defined by an absence. And Crime Story is haunted by the lighter, more triumphant film that refused to be, making the one that exists all the more indelible. Thank you for watching until the end. We pour our passion into every single video essay, exploring the stories behind the movies we all love. If you stumbled upon this video by chance, there is a very high probability you might never see our channel again in your feed. So please, take a moment to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and ring the bell. We are actively growing this community of cinema lovers, and your support is what helps us make our content better and more insightful every single day. Let's explore the magic of filmmaking together. See you in the next one.